Hello, name is Jacob Kenney, and this is my first weather briefing presentation. So diving right in, we got a current surface analysis chart I pulled off of aviationweather.gov today. As you can see, the many different fronts spread throughout the continental U.S. here. Right away you can notice right in the middle of the Midwest states you see mostly dominated by a couple of stationary fronts there, surrounded by some low pressure systems. Right there, and it looks like kind of eastern Nebraska, almost Iowa region. You can see the two high and low pressure systems there. You see right in the middle of Montana, southern Montana, all the way through really. You can see it's mainly dominated by one long cold front extending all the way up into northern Canada. You can see as you go way north there in Canada. Warm front branches off eastern, and then if you keep going north there, right north of that low pressure system, you can see an oculated front. It's shown by that purple line with the respective shapes that are connected to the cold and warm fronts. You see a trough going all the way through, basically all the way through California region there, connecting right into a low pressure system. And as for the eastern states region, you see mostly dominated by high pressure systems, and all the way to the west, northwest, we're in Oregon region, you see another stationary front there. So moving on, here we have what I think is a pretty cool couple images showing examples of visible radar images. Essentially what you're seeing here from the top to the right, going down to the right, A, B, C, and D, is a progressive image display of a visible radar image here. So if you see the yellow arrow in all of the images pointing right into South Dakota, western South Dakota, that's basically the location of the radiometer site. And that long line going north to south, south to north, if you will, basically right in the middle of both the Dakotas there, in this northern Great Plains region. It's basically the easternmost visible edge of the visible clouds we see here. As you notice in moving from each image, you'll notice that that line's progressively moving east, which demonstrates that our visible clouds here are moving eastbound. And so you can see in that first image of A, right in western South Dakota, you can clearly see the visible clouds image in this radar image here, and as you progress to the correlating images B, C, and D, you'll notice more going all the way down to D. You'll notice this larger, more visible section of clouds moving and making its way into a very western portion of South Dakota here. All of it moving eastbound as shown by that yellow line. Now here, just taking a look at the actual current radar I pulled off of, again, avidmeteorology.gov, or avidweather.gov, sorry. I pulled this off today, so this is current as of today. As you can see, northern Great Plains region looks relatively clear. Nice calm day, especially around the Grand Forks, Fargo area. All the way east of there, you hardly see anything. Moving a little bit west of Grand Forks, there's a couple spots there. All the way west, kind of definitely in Rugby region, you're going to see some precipitation there, as correlating to the colors shown in the radar here around Rugby. If you look over to the right on the vapor chart, you can definitely correlate there that there's going to be some precipitation, again going south into Harvey, over kind of western Harvey. You can see some more spots, you might see something there. Again though, overall it looks relatively clear, nice calm day, nothing too crazy going on. Alright, so moving right along here, we got our convective outlook chart. Again, I just pulled off of avidweather.gov, sorry. You can see the legend down in the bottom right corner. It's pretty easy, pretty legible, pretty easy to distinguish everything on this chart. Just color correlation there. Sections all across the U.S. mainly dominated by that light green you'll see, and then as you see in the Midwest, kind of Illinois region marginal, marginal chance there. Grand Forks down to Fargo, kind of covered into that light green region. If you go further west, mainly in that southwestern, you definitely get into that region of marginal chance. And then again, going north, all the way north, middle of North Dakota there, right on the border of Canada, you see that one bright orange, yellow region there, slight chance. So here, taking a look at all of our convective segments and outlooks, you can see basically all of northwestern U.S. looks like it's pretty much in the clear. As for us in the north here in North Dakota, you see there our whole state outline is covered in an outlook there. Not too much convective activity around us in our area. As you make your way south, however, pretty much the entire southern half section of the continental U.S. here is scattered around in convective segments and outlooks. So definitely seeing a whole lot of activity going on down there. As for the whole northern section of the U.S. as a whole, pretty relatively uneventful. Nothing too much is going on. Now taking a look at our air mats here. Sorry for the poor quality. For some reason PowerPoint wasn't liking this image. But you can see overall outlook at our continental U.S. again here. All the air mats going on. It looks pretty much uneventful until you get going straight west into the whole Montana region. You can see in the western section you got moderate to greater chance there of some turbulence, 42,000 down to 32. And then moving into the east there, you can see higher risk there, coming from 3,000 to the surface there in eastern Montana. Now moving on to our pilot reports of turbulence. I just pulled this image off of Google Images so I could show some activity. It was a pretty calm day today as for current forecasts, but you can see right there in midwestern Texas you have a moderate to severe pilot recorded at 22,000 there, and then moving down into right in the middle, almost San Antonio region, I believe, you see a couple more 3 pileups back to back of moderate chance of turbulence there. Respective altitudes of 15, 13, and 10. And then moving on to the eastern region of this image, you can see some examples of light turbulence reported. One in the north, 43,000 and 45 there further east. And then again, moving northwest, you see some more moderate turbulence reported, light to moderate, sorry. And that'll do it for this first weather briefing video. In conclusion here, I hope you enjoyed the content, and in the upcoming videos we will dive more in depth and give even better, more detailed weather briefings.